morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's Quantum Sparks. Little bit of technology issue on getting in today, but we are in motion. Today, we're going to talk about 10 industry myths that keep agents stuck. Most agents don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they've been taught to chase illusions. The real estate industry is full of inherited truths that sound wise, but quietly sabotage growth. Work harder, stay busier, post more, call more. Yet effort without alignment only creates exhaustion, not expansion. Today's session dismantles those myths and rewires the way you think about success. Marketing, mindset, and momentum. This isn't about adding more to your plate. It's about subtracting what doesn't serve you so that what truly matters can multiply. You'll learn how to think independently, work intentionally, and grow exponentially by stepping outside the echo chamber of how it's always been done. Does it sound a little bit familiar? Well, we started touching on these subjects last week when we talked about standing out in the sea of sameness. Today, we're going to explore that concept even deeper with the 10 industry myths. Every myth you let go of frees energy that has been trapped in illusion. The moment you stop fighting to do it the way that everybody else is doing it, you reclaim the creativity, your intuition, and your power that built your business in the first place. Growth does not require more hours, more grind, more noise. It requires clarity. When you trade imitation for intention, you stop hustling for validation and you start building from vibration. The next level of your business isn't waiting for you to work harder. It's waiting for you to wake up to what's real, aligned, and truly yours. So today, let's dig into the 10 myths that keep agents stuck. As always, knowledge is only potential. It is not power. It becomes power when we execute. So take out a pen and paper, write down some notes so you can leave today and begin executing. I like to always start with a quote. The greatest obstacle to discovery is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge. Daniel Boorstin. Hold on, my slide's stuck. Okay, now we went. There we go. So real estate isn't a hard business, but it's one that is heavy with false assumptions. Once you can wade through all those false assumptions, you can dig into who you truly are and do business the way that you're meant to do business, authentically. The market rewards clarity, not conformity. So agents who think differently end up rising. They're not competing with everybody else because they are using their uniqueness to build a business. So today we're going to talk about 10 common myths, the truth behind each of those myths, and the mindset and tactical shift for each of those myths so that you can break out of them. Myth number 1, success comes from doing what everyone else is doing. Here's the belief system around that. Many believe that if I just follow what top agents do, I'll succeed. But the truth is, the market doesn't reward the imitation, it rewards distinction. So if you look closely at the agents who are excelling, that do well in any market, that is because there's something distinct about them. Typically, it's their uniqueness that separates them from the crowd. So if you can be the signal, not the echo, especially in an industry with millions of real estate agents, by being the signal, by being uniquely you, those authentic systems that you begin to create outperform the copied systems. Myth 2, every agent thinks that more leads means more success in their business. So that is a simple belief that I just need as many leads as possible to make the most money. but that's not quite true. The truth is that depth beats width. Real relationships convert, cold contacts don't. Instead of trying to build just a list of cold contacts, get deep with the people that you know. Build real relationships with people who already know, like, and trust you. You can build authentic connection rituals, such as stopping by and visiting people with a small item of value to remind the people who already know, like, and trust you that you're in the business. We talk in our Algorithm class about partner interviews. Instead of just having a random list of people that you refer business to, get out and meet each one belly to belly, get to know who they are and why they're in the business that they're in, whether it's mortgages or closings, but even beyond that, the partners that you refer business to in your marketplace, the contractors, the landscapers, the painters. Instead of always just focusing on social media posts, for example, a great example is you see people on your social media who have birthdays this week. Those people receive thousands and thousands of posts on their social media wishing them a happy birthday. They receive so many posts that they can't feel it. It becomes inauthentic. So think about every time you're thinking about posting or congratulating somebody or wishing them well or wishing them a happy birthday, instead call them, pick up the phone and have an authentic conversation. And handwritten notes. Think about the people who have changed you, who have supported you, who've helped your business. Send a note and let them know. Myth 3, you have to work 24/7 to win in real estate. The belief is that if I'm not constantly busy, then I'm just falling behind. Unfortunately, the industry we're in glamorizes exhaustion. And agents wear their busyness like a badge of honor, as if constant motion equals success. But endless activity is often just avoidance disguised as ambition. The truth is, busyness is not a sign of productivity. It's a symptom of disorganization or disconnection. Busy people fill their days often with low impact motion. Productive people focus their energy on the few things that actually move the needle. So being constantly on doesn't make you committed, it makes you chaotic. True productivity is calm, it is intentional, and it is measured. Being busy is often an unconscious attempt to feel valuable. A nervous system stuck in motion so it doesn't have to confront stillness. In stillness, truth surfaces. And that's where clarity, the real productivity, begins. So the action step is to redefine productivity for yourself. Audit your time, track your week, and separate just the movement that you're making in your business to the momentum. Create no chaos zones, block time for deep, undistracted work, and do less to do more. Eliminate the 80% of tasks that are only producing 20% of the results. And honor recovery. Rest is not laziness, it's strategic energy management. If you are too busy to think, then you are too busy to succeed. Myth 4, social media presence equals influence. The belief is for many, if I'm visible online, I'll be successful. The truth is, visibility is not credibility. The number of followers you have does not reflect how many people trust you. For your action step regarding this myth, use social media as an amplifier. It is not your identity. Post stories of people that you've had human connection with. Not simply posting about performance, the number of transactions. Instead, post about the human connection, the stories that you're making, the impact that you're having in people's lives. Myth 5, just because you're slow doesn't mean there's no business. It just means that you're slow. And we're stuck again on my slide. Hold on. Going too fast today for my slides. Here we go. The belief here is that if no one's buying, then no one's listing, then the market is dead. When business slows, it's easy to assume that the entire market has gone quiet, but the truth is, homes are always being bought and sold every single day. The difference isn't market activity, it's your personal activity level within it. The truth is, your business reflects your rhythm. Slow months often reveal not a broken market, but a broken cadence. That means at some point, usually several months back, there was a drop in your outreach, or a drop in your consistency, or a drop in your energy. Momentum is magnetic. So when you're moving, the market responds. There's always business happening. The only question is whether it's happening with you. So if you find that you're slow in the market, look backwards and see where your momentum stopped. And most importantly, pick that cadence back up again. Reignite your rhythm. So in order to do this, audit your inputs. Take a look over your past several months and look at the number of calls, the conversations, the connections you have. What did your weekly output really look like? So how many inputs and how many outputs are you having? Track your conversations, not closings. Closings are just a lag indicator. Conversations that you have are the spark that creates the closing. So you need to make sure that you're having enough conversations every week consistently to make sure the cadence of the closings continues. Replace your quote slow season talk to yourself with slow habits. Identify where your habits have slowed down, where your momentum fell asleep, and move your energy first. When your vibration shifts, so does your pipeline. There is no slow market, there's only slow momentum. When you tell yourself the market's quiet, ask yourself, is it really quiet or are you just quiet? Because someone is always writing those offers. They're taking listings, building relationships, and the market doesn't stop. You just stepped out of the flow. So work on getting yourself back into the flow by igniting the conversations. Myth 6. The best agents are extroverts. So oftentimes real estate agents who come into the business, they quit too quickly because they think that they're not built for the business because they're an introvert. They believe that you have to be loud and outgoing to win in this business. But the truth is, energy, not volume, sells homes. And listening is the highest form of influence. And typically, introverts are great listeners. Listening is the highest form of influence. So, your action step here is know your energetic advantage. Introverts connect deeply because of their ability to listen. Myth 7. The brokerage determines your success. Of course, every brokerage wants you to believe that. Too many real estate agents believe if I just find the right brokerage, everything's going to click. They believe that by joining a bigger brand, getting a better split, or a higher producing office, that they're instantly going to unlock some magical success. But no brokerage can fix what's rooted in perspective. The external environment reflects your internal environment. The truth is, your life and your business are byproducts of your perception. Your perception is everything. Your perception is life. A slight shift in how you see your business changes how you build your business. Perception drives your momentum, it attracts opportunity, and it determines how you interpret challenge. What matters is mind share over market share. So instead of seeking a brokerage for its market share, seek one for its mind share. Market share shows size, but mind share is energy and consciousness, the collective mindset that will either expand or contract your own mindset. So your action here is to look for environments that align with you. And this is in all areas of life, personal and business. Look for environments that align with you, with who you wish to be. You become who you collaborate with. And then reframe questions. Don't ask, what can the brokerage do for me? Ask, who can I become by surrounding myself with the right people? Remember, the right culture expands your awareness, and the wrong culture can shrink it. Myth 8, if I just take one more class, it'll fix everything. The belief is that by taking more classes, your business will grow as a byproduct. The truth is, information doesn't create transformation. Execution creates transformation. Simplicity scales, clutter kills clarity. So instead of taking more and more and more classes to learn absolutely everything you could possibly ever know about the real estate business, be simple. Master the few classes that you take. Myth 9, real estate is a numbers game. The belief is that the more interactions I have, the more business I will do. And often agents are told that success is simply a math equation. More interactions means more business. But if the energy behind the interactions is cluttered or desperate or unclear, all you're doing is multiplying confusion and chaos. The truth is, clarity is the most magnetic energy in business. People are not attracted to volume, they're attracted to certainty. The energy of clarity converts faster than any other type of energy, especially in our business. The buyers and sellers we work with don't know the entire process, and it's a big transaction to them. So you must project the energy of clarity, but you need to be clarity to project that. When you know who you are, what you offer, and why it matters, your marketing's going to land deeper. Your presentations are going to be smoother. Your conversations are going to be shorter because the truth of who you are moves efficiently. You don't have to think about it. You're just being who you are. Clarity creates coherence, and coherence builds trust. Trust accelerates conversion. When your message is clean, your field is clean, and business simply finds you faster. So infuse everything you do in your business with clarity. Every word, every image emits a frequency. Your buyer presentations, your seller presentations, your marketing has to be infused with clarity because that aligns, it magnetizes aligned clients to you. Unclear messaging is expensive, but clarity pays dividends. The market doesn't reward the busiest. It rewards the person who is clearest. Clarity is kindness. And myth 10, the market decides my income. Many believe that the economy controls their paycheck in our business, and that is simply not true. The truth is your mindset, your good intent, your clarity, your perception, those 4 items control your paycheck more than any market, more than the economy. Nothing else matters outside you besides your mindset, your good intent, your clarity, and your perception. Those 4 things will control your paycheck. Because the truth is, you're not a victim of a market. Who wants to be a victim? A victim has no control. That means that you work and wait for checks to come to you, wait for customers to come to you if you're a victim of the market. But in reality, you are the architect. The market has no bearing on your ability to succeed and make an income. Our ending quote today is, the person who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. In other words, don't follow the crowd in real estate, because it'll only take you so far. Become who you're meant to be. Become your authentic you. Determine why people choose you for being you and sell that. And then you can go further than everybody else. Thank you for joining us for this week's Quantum Sparks class. You can check them all out at laerrealty.com/quantum sparks. As well, if you prefer listening in your car, you can now download these on Spotify. And as always, if there's something you'd like us to cover in a future Quantum Sparks, check out laerrealty.com/ask anything, where you can tell us what you need clarity on, and we will cover it in an upcoming session. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.